Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Do, and this is it. Videos I have been waiting to make for an extremely long time. My own geography videos. Guys, you don't know how long I have been waiting to make these types of videos. Definitely over a year, but anywho, let's just get right on to the topic at hand. Top 10 reasons New Jersey is underrated. If you guys didn't know, New Jersey is the home state I live in. A lot of people seem to crap on this state for it being um kind of polluted and it's small and densely populated and it has rude people. Is it that in some degree? Yes. But guys, if I'm being brutally honest, New Jersey really isn't that bad of a state. And here's the 10 reasons why New Jersey is underrated. Most people probably wouldn't know this, but New Jersey actually has very nice rural areas. And they're much better than the counties east by like New York City. We're talking about counties like my county, Sussex County, Warren County, Cumberland County to an extent, Salem County, a lot of counties in South Jersey, but there's a couple in North Jersey, like I said, the one I live in, Sussex County, and Warren County. But not only is it the counties, but it's just the landscapes, especially at the Delaware Water Gap in Warren County, which is shared with Pennsylvania, admittedly, but there's certainly a side to it in New Jersey, and it's gorgeous, to say the least. Then you got the Falls of Patterson, which is not a good city. Don't go to Patterson if you don't have to. But the falls there are beautiful. And then you got High Point State Park, which is literally about 15 minutes from my house and is the highest peak in the state. And then you got the Walk Hill Wildlife Reserve, which is also very beautiful. New Jersey has a lot of great wildlife and honestly some pretty beautiful rural areas that I don't think a lot of people know about. Want salt, pepper, ketchup on that? Always say yes when you get a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. Now, I know the South Jersey crew just got angry and threw their keyboards because they say, oh, it's called pork roll. Well, since I live in North Jersey, I call it Taylor ham. I know, bite me. But, no, what I do like to bite is a good Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. They are so good. And if you don't know what it is, like say you're from the Midwest or the West Coast or something like that, you might be able to get it somewhere there, but it's probably fairly uncommon. What it is it's a breakfast meat that kind of tastes like a mix between bacon and ham, maybe? I don't know. It's a very unique thing. It kind of has a unique taste, but it's a very good taste. It's a breakfast sandwich. You mostly have it on a breakfast sandwich, and you get uh, egg, cheese, Taylor ham, salt, pepper, ketchup. I generally get it on a bagel, actually, but you can get it on a hard roll, which is the most common thing, and it's out of this freaking world, in my opinion. It's the best breakfast sandwich around me, in my opinion. I just love to eat it. It's great. It's great. You know what I can say about the eastern part of the state, though, by New York City? There is a lot to do in this state. You may crap on this state all you want, saying it being about rude people and crowdedness and stuff like that, but with crowdedness, there is a ton to do. You got the new American Dream Mall, which is a gargantuan mall. You got the beaches to go to. You've got, with the beaches, a crap ton of boardwalks. I think we actually got the most boardwalks out of any state in the country. There's tons of stuff to do in the rural areas. You can go hiking, like I said, at the Delaware Water Gap. And there's a bunch of festivals and stuff like that in certain cities. I think the New Jersey State Fair, which is, again, since I live in the rural parts of New Jersey, it's really close to where I live, about 15 minutes. I think that's a great state fair. So there is a bunch of stuff to do around here. You just gotta try to find it. Well, if there's one thing I like more than Taylor ham, that would be saltwater taffy. And saltwater taffy is mainly found on the boardwalks of New Jersey, but you know what? You can find it in other areas. Not Walmart, though. Every time I go to Walmart, my grandfather and I try to find some saltwater taffy, and 9 out of 10 times it's not there. We'll occasionally find it, but yeah. Look at how many varieties you can have for saltwater taffy. You can have watermelon, you can have blueberry, you can have vanilla, you can have banana, you can have raspberry, grape, pear, birthday cake, cinnamon. Just so many different kinds of saltwater taffy that it's not even funny. And even if you do find it at your local store or something like that, the best type of saltwater taffy is at the boardwalks or the coastal areas of New Jersey. There is plenty of places, especially in Cape May and Wildwood, that offer taffy that is to die for, to say the least. It's delicious, and I highly suggest if you ever come to New Jersey to try it. If you're a fan of theme parks, New Jersey is a pretty good state. And that has to do with one theme park, Six Flags Great Adventure. You have a bunch of DC themed rides like Bizarro, and then you got Altaro, which is one of the most intense roller coasters pretty much ever. But then you got one of the fastest, highest roller coasters in the world here, King Dakar, which to this day I still gotta ride, and I really do want to ride this ride just to say I've ridden it. But now I know what a lot of states like Ohio and California, Florida are saying that, oh, we have better theme parks than you do. I'm not necessarily saying you don't, because you got multiple. We just really got one, and that's Six Flags Great Adventure. We got some nice rides on like the boardwalks and stuff like that, but if you're coming to New Jersey for the theme parks, go to Six Flags for sure, and in my personal opinion, it's the best Six Flags in the country. I'll tell you one thing. New Jersey is both really close to Philadelphia and New York. How close? Well, you literally have to cross a bridge and you're in both cities. So if you're worried about how close New Jersey is to certain major cities, don't worry about it, because Philadelphia and New York are right there pretty much. And they are some of the biggest cities, not only in the country, but in the entire world. New Jersey is really close to them. And New Jersey is also not too far off from other cities, like Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Boston. Yeah, they're like a 4-hour drive or so, but let's consider some things. In the Rocky Mountains, you're like 7-8 hours from cities like Denver and Salt Lake City if you're in certain parts of that area. That's relatively far comparing it to New Jersey. Even cities in the Midwest like Cleveland are kind of close to New Jersey, comparing it to like Rocky Mountains or the West Coast outside of California. But you know what I'm saying. New Jersey is very close to a lot of major cities in this country, and to me, that's one of the best parts of the state. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, New Jersey is a very urban state. And while our biggest city has just over 300,000 residents, its closeness to New York City and Philadelphia makes it a pretty urban state. But that doesn't mean there's absolutely no charming little towns, because there is. And I'm here to talk about three in particular. One is kind of populated to the point where it's not really a little town, it's almost a large town bordering on a small city. That would be Bridgewater, which has a bunch of stuff such as a really nice cafe, a really cool retro video game store, and my favorite place, the Yestercade. But they also got one of the only Tim Hortons in the state of New Jersey. The other two are kind of more towards being small towns. We'll go with the one that's a little less close first, that being Cape May. Cape May is pretty much the most southern town in the entire state of New Jersey. It's beautiful with tons of historic homes right by the Cape May coastline on the beach, which I think personally is the best beach in the entire state, and one of the best beaches in the entire Northeast. But the town that I think gives you the most small town vibes in the entire state of New Jersey is going to be a little town in Hunterdon County called Clinton. They have the Red Mill here, and it is beautiful. Look at that picture right now and tell me that's not gorgeous. I went to a little winter festival there in 2019. My parents own a honey selling business, and we went there, and it was beautiful. It was very cold because I believe it was a cold day, and we had to stay in a tent from like 7 a.m. to like 5 p.m., but it was worth it because I got to be by this beautiful area, and it's, to me, got the best small town America vibes in the state of New Jersey. If you want some small town feeling in New Jersey, I would suggest going to Clinton. Now, in case you didn't know, New Jersey is the third state to be admitted into the Union, and with that comes a great history. This right here is the C.A. Nothnagel House. It is one of the oldest houses in the entire United States. Rumored to be built around 1638 to 1640. It's really old. Plus, they got plenty of Revolutionary War battlefields in the state, and Grover Cleveland was born here. I know he's not like the most old president or anything. This state is not like Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, or Virginia historic, but New Jersey is definitely in the top half for history buffs. And even though I'm a bigger geography buff than a history buff, I still am a history buff overall, and yeah. You want to come here for history, I don't think you're going to be too disappointed. Especially because it has one of the oldest houses in the country. The beaches of New Jersey probably don't compare to Florida or California, but they're pretty freaking great. Especially Cape May Beach, which has a beautiful coastline and, like I said, a very small town feel to it, with some of the best historic homes in the state. It's just a beautiful place to go to. It has the Cape May Lighthouse, which is utterly amazing. And then you got like Wildwood, which is cool and fun, but It's kind of a crazy place, and fun fact is the only place I've ever seen someone get arrested, which is really funny. It was at a cheesesteak shop there, and I saw somebody get arrested right in front of my eyes. And it was hilarious. And you got Seaside Heights, you got Point Pleasant, all sorts of other beaches that are just amazing. They're a little crowded with people from like New York and Philadelphia, but you know what? That's okay because most beaches are going to be pretty crowded during the summer. And that's kind of something you gotta expect. Maybe a little more with the New Jersey beaches, but still. New Jersey is a truly great state for beaches. However, in my opinion, the most underrated thing about New Jersey, and you don't really think about this because we got cities like Newark and Paterson and East Orange and Camden. Oh, that one is scary. But then you find out that depending on your source, New Jersey is one of the safest states in the country. I have seen places that have put it at first. I have seen places that have put it at third, fourth, and I think the lowest I've seen it is eighth, I think. But undoubtedly, New Jersey is just one of the safest states, and I can truly say this because I have never had a crime personally committed towards me. Not even once. Nobody has committed a crime towards me. Maybe it's because I live in rural New Jersey, over an hour from any major city, but I've never seen it. I've only seen one arrest in my entire life. So, that is truly to say, New Jersey is a very safe place to live. And I think that's the number one thing most people should consider. Even though we got Camden and Newark and Paterson and stuff like that, we also got great places like Cape May, Clinton, Bridgewater, Hackettstown, Rockaway. I'm naming a lot of places that are really close towards me, but they're all great places and reasons why you should maybe give New Jersey a chance. And realize that some of the things people say about it are to an extent true, but some of it is just a myth. And that's why I think New Jersey is a pretty underrated state. So, I hope you guys liked my very first geography-related video. I enjoyed making it. Stay tuned next time as we talk about my next-door neighbor to the west, Pennsylvania, as we go on the I-80 route to start this journey, as we will be going to Ohio after that, Indiana after that, Illinois after that, Iowa after that, etc., etc. So I hope you liked this video, guys. In my first video in geography, Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.